Hey folks, I hope you're well. It's Adrian Cox here, on the road in recovery. I hope you're all doing well. I'm out here, as I said, I'm out in Barbados. I'm having a holiday. I've been on tour for a long time, as I said. So one of the little perks of living a life in recovery and saving money, and this is all things that I would never treat myself to doing, in the past. You wouldn't be. It's amazing how so I'm just going to fire straight in it. I've been thinking about this a lot. It's amazing how when you're drinking or taking drugs, you can really warrant it. It's like, right, you spend £150 a day on coke. Brilliant, great. But I couldn't go and buy a shirt that I really wanted. Oh, £70 a bit much, and it's like, it's weird how you prioritize different things. And that's one of the things of addictions, is that you will do anything in the world to get that, to find another drink or to find some coke, even if you don't know the person. You find anyone. Have you got a telephone number for someone who can get some coke, who can do this? So this is, there's some people, when I put on my personal social media, some people go, oh, it's all right for some, da 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 da. And it's like, well, yeah, but I don't feel bad about posting about being here or anything at all, because I've worked extremely hard, and, compared to what I used to do, just throwing money down the drain, I'm actually able to come. I've worked a hell of a lot, and then taken time off to come out here and actually enjoy myself and just relax. And so today I went out I've been going out eating food, even, and some people, even the people I'm with are like, well, it's quite expensive there. But but I think, well, I don't care, because, all that time I spent, how much money I've spent, but you can't look back in regret. There's no point. People go, oh, think of all the money you've spent, think of all of that. No, you have to look forward and think of how you can, and it's not all about money. It's about having time and giving yourself time and looking after yourself and going, well, I'm going to go for a walk on the beach. I'm going to go for a swim at 6 a.m. because I'm awake at 6, and I'm going to do that. So it's all really nice. There's a few things that are strange, which is explaining, being in a completely different country, and especially somewhere like the Caribbean, where things like, would you like especially not an all-inclusive hotel, but because I'm not staying in an all-inclusive hotel, I'm staying with friends. But when I arrived at the hotel that I had to go to on the first night, so I was there, they said, would you like a welcome drink? Would you like a rum punch? And I said, oh, have you got a fruit punch? And they looked at me like, why wouldn't you have a rum punch? I said, oh, I can't have a drink. They said, oh, yeah, you can. You're on holiday. Have one. And I was like, oh, no, I really can't. And they're like, but why not? You let your hair down. You said, oh, no, I don't drink. And they're like, oh, that's weird. Why don't you drink? And then, so the holiday started off with explaining that. I could have and I was just like, oh, no, I used to drink a lot. I had a good time drinking now, but then I had a lot of bad times drinking. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah. And then suddenly they're going, check this man out. He doesn't drink, And so you've sort of become the kind of novelty, but you don't know, it's strange, but I've completely got over all of that side of worrying about what people think, whether I drink. All that becomes annoying is having to explain it, and it's, or warrant why you're not drinking. And you see that, and you get that a lot. Are you having a drink? Oh yeah, have you got something non-alcoholic? What? Why would you ever have something non-alcoholic? Have you got a drink? Are you going to have a proper drink this time? Are you going to? No, I'm not. And so you just have to keep reminding yourself, and and I think along the way you may have to explain it quite a few times. But I find that I get incredible joy out of telling people, no, I don't drink. Why is that? Oh, because I'm an alcoholic. And they're like, oh yeah, but you can have one. No, I can't. And it's, and even friends who I'm with, it's like, you can have one drink, and you, no, I can't. I'm only ever that one sip away, which is a weird thing. But something I said in one of the earlier videos was that it's always good to treat yourself, and, to remind you that, that you should treat yourself and go, well, I'm going to go and have a nice meal, or I'm going to buy a pair of shoes, or I'm going to have a day where I do nothing. I'm going to look after myself. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to do that. Anything that you get enjoyment out of, you should definitely do it, and give yourself that time, because it is, you know, in recovery, it's full on, you know, it's all the time. Even on the plane coming over, every time the person comes around, would you like some wine? Oh, no, I'm okay, thanks. Could I just have a apple juice and that? And they said, would you like me to get you some wine for your dinner? No, I'm okay, thanks. All right, just come on. We've got champagne if you'd like it, Mr. Cox. No, I'm okay, I don't drink actually. Oh, okay. And then come around, oh, we can't tempt you in a red wine. So it's weird that it's everywhere, you know, and that's the worrying thing about it really is of addictions, that especially with things like alcohol, because it's so readily available. But it's funny. So when I was drinking, I would never have thought of like, oh right, I want to have a holiday. I never thought. Oh, maybe I did inside my mind, but I don't recall that. I never thought, oh, I want a holiday and I want to go out to this. I want to go out and have dinner at this restaurant. I never thought that. And the same with my friend, who I see as a kind of sponsor, my friend Steve, who's absolutely amazing. He like really sorts me out. And I remember going down to stay with him, and he lives in the New Forest, and he has horses. And I remember when I'd only spoken to him on the phone, and then the next day I went down to meet him, because he had just found out that I had stopped taking coke and never really dealt with the drinking side of things in a mental way. I think I've mentioned him before in here a few times, but. So he took me down there to his place, and he phoned me up one day and said, right, I need to, he said, I've heard you're struggling a bit. And I said, yeah. I said, who are you? He said, don't worry who I am. I'm Steve. I'm a friend of yours, Kevin, who said that you need some help. And he phoned me up, and I spoke to him, and he said, tell me what's going on. And I told him the whole story of everything, like having a breakdown, and I must tell you that story. It's not for now, but I will tell you it because it's an incredible story of how my brain, because I don't know if you noticed, but I had gambling addictions as well. So I'm not going to go into it now because it's a long story, but it's a brilliant story. The story's better than having won lots of money. But yeah, my friend Steve, he phoned up and he said, come down to me now. And I said, oh, I can't come down. And he said, oh, well, I'll come up to London and find you. I said, you can't do that. He said, I can do what I want. And I remember that conversation so clearly, and I arranged it then the next day that I did get down to him. And he said, it might seem like a massive long journey at the moment. He said, but at some point you'll be there and you'll think about all these chats we had, and you'll be further on in your recovery and you'll be doing something and you'll go, oh, now I get it. And I'm having one of those moments. So I was with him and he took me out on his horses. He's got 18 horses, right? And he took me out on horse and cart around the New Forest. And I said to him, did you always want to have horses? And he looked at me, he said, I didn't want to have horses. Well, he said, I didn't know I wanted to have horses. I said, what? I said, why have you got them? He said, because I can. He said, I do the things that I want to do. I do the things that I think I will enjoy. I help people, I do this. He said, so you put yourself first and, and try, and he said, just, you reward yourself. He said, if you want to do something, do it. You're capable of doing what you want. And I had that a bit today when I was sat in a lovely place today having Sunday brunch, something I could never have dreamed of going and doing, and, cost a lot of money. But I used to spend 300 quid in 2 days, just on cocaine. So, warrant that. And actually what I've done today is a lovely time with friends, and we've all had a great time, and it's been brilliant. So, and I always remember him saying that there'll be a time where you go, oh yeah, and you'll think, why am I doing this? I never dreamed of doing this, but actually you didn't know what you wanted to do because you're too pissed, or, all you were worried about, your brain was too addled trying to get into that, trying to find drugs or find drink, So, but anyway, I just think it's good for me to talk a bit, and hopefully it's helpful. It's funny, and then I'm still out here until Friday, and when I get back I get back in on the Saturday morning, and then I'm straight back to it Saturday, Sunday. So I'm enjoying all my time here. I hope everyone's doing all right, and thanks for all your messages. Lots of people have been messaging saying how much they're getting from these videos and stuff. It's funny, I never really sit down and go, right, I'm going to talk about this now, I'm going to talk about that. When the moment comes and I think, right, and I was just sat here thinking, I just laid down and thought, God, I'm here doing this. And I think the thing is, trying to encourage someone to say, you know, if it looks like a really long journey, you know, at the start going, I can't see any way out of this. Honestly, the quicker you start getting into it, the quicker, like, you can reap the rewards of enjoying yourself. And I'm not just talking about earning money or not spending money or doing this or whatever. I'm talking about just spending time for yourself and doing things that you want to do, whatever it might be. You know, so yeah, it's so worth the journey. It really is. But it's a lot of hard work. It's hard work. Life in recovery can be hard work, but the rewards of it are fantastic. And, you know, you're clear-headed, you wake up, you feel good. Nothing becomes a problem. And, or it becomes easier not to be a problem, if you know what I mean. So, anyway, I'm going to go and try and nurse these bites. There you go. It's not all fun and games, is it? Folks, thanks for listening. I'll catch up with you again very soon. All right, I hope you're all well. All right, take care. Bye-bye. Bye.